Hello everyone, welcome back to Night Call, the game that really hurts my throat because I talk a lot. Today we're going to pick up where we left off last time after we dealt with a drunk Santa, and we also saw like a weird ass Easter bunny or something. I don't know, but we're just gonna go talk to this guy with his headphones in, and we're gonna pick him up. We might talk to him. Charles de Gaulle Airport, please. I'm going to butcher so many of these pronunciations. Your passenger slips into the back seat, dragging a backpack that apparently weighs a ton. Ah, college student, I see. You want to put that in the trunk? She refuses politely, with a shake of the head. Oh, it's a lady. Thanks, but I'm going to have to get used to keeping it with me. I'm going to be on my back for an entire month. Whoa. Smile and start the cab. A glance in the rearview mirror, your passenger is rather young and the camera around her neck looks very expensive. Her backpack, scarf, and clothes are fairly worn. Going hiking? No, not really. She seems a little embarrassed by your question. I'm on my way to Greece to join an NGO rescue vessel. NGO? An association that helps migrants trying to make the crossing. And I'm going to do a story on them. Oh, are you a journalist? She smiles, the first since you set off. Yeah, photojournalist. Imagine it's going to be pretty tough, or they make the crossing even in winter. That's weird that's getting cut off. Imagine it's going to be pretty tough. Tough, yes, it's going to be very hard. But I want to do it. I volunteered, I even made a fuss to get the assignment. Her tone of voice is increasingly shrill. I read first-hand accounts. I talked to journalists who have worked on the subject. I can't just ignore the whole thing. She gives a short laugh. I even played a video game about refugees. Beautifully done, really powerful. Is it called This War of Mine? Or no, those are more people caught in the middle of a war. That's not really a refugee thing. Ignore me. I know I couldn't just sit back and watch. This is my chance to show the world what's going on there. Your passenger's phone starts to ring. Oh, sorry, As she glances at the caller name, her face freezes. She sighs, a troubled smile flickering across her face, then takes the call. Hi, Dad. I'm in the cab. Right. Yeah. I told you. I tried, but he wouldn't change his mind. Come on, Dad. I already told you, I'll be fine. They wouldn't be sending me there if there were... She moves the phone a bit further from her ear. Come on, Dad, stop. Dad. Listen, everything's going to be fine. I'll be there for 20 days with a group of professionals who have been doing this for years. That's right, a group of rescue professionals. Would you just stop? She sighs heavily. It's no use. She's been down this road 1,000 times. Oh, I'm not getting into her business. Dad, everything will be fine. No, I don't want to talk to Mom. I know what she's going to say. I'll be safe. The only people in danger there are the people they're trying to help. I'm just going to take pictures. She rolls her eyes. I really don't want to get into her business. That feels rude. Don't put her on. Mom. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. She breaks off. You hear a distant voice on the other end of the line. Oh, maybe I could have helped her out by like saying, oh, we're here, so she has to hang up or something. I didn't think about that. No. I can't call it off. My plane leaves in 2 hours. I'll get fired if I don't go. That's just the way it is. You can say whatever you want, but I'm not going to... No, it's not your fault. You didn't introduce me to photography, and it's no big deal even if I did start there, but... A sigh of exasperation. Okay, let's help her out. We're about to get to a tunnel, mademoiselle. You're going to cut out. The young woman looks up at you in surprise, then her face lights up. Did you hear that? I'll have to go. I'll call you back as soon as I'm in... Sorry, advanced that text a little quick. She's interrupted again. That's right, I'll call back. She hangs up wide-eyed and breathes a long sigh. My parents, they can be... a little much at times, yeah. I know all about that. She smiles. Anyhow, thanks for jumping in there. You can sense the tension, the wave of frustration and anxiety welling up inside of her. Her unhappiness and anxiety are palpable. She closes her eyes, collecting her thoughts, trying to dispel her negative emotion. If only I had a little more time. Or a little time. Time for what? Time to do yoga. It really helps me relax. It's an amazing way to unwind, to calm down and release tension. There must be a yoga room somewhere in the airport. I can pull over if you'd like. She looks at you closely, not sure what to think. What do you mean? There's a gas station up ahead, a rest area for truck drivers. There won't be anyone there right now. Alright, sure, why not? Seems kinda dangerous, but whatever. There's no more talk for a few minutes. Your passenger glances out the window every now and again. You drive past the gas station, the main building, the trucks, then get to a small, quiet rest area. A clearing, lit up by your headlights and the moon, suddenly appears. There's no one around, the air is cool, the young woman leans in towards you. Is this the place? You nod. It's incredibly calm, as if we were in the middle of the woods. Her eyes take in every detail, every tree and bush. Do you come here often? Whenever I can. She nods. She understands. It's so quiet. Even in the middle of winter, it looks so peaceful. She reaches for the door handle. You won't leave without me, will you? Of course not. Yes, definitely since I brought you over here. She gets out of the cab and puts her things on a picnic table. The wind is chilly. She shivers. She gives you one last look, then closes her eyes. For a minute or two, you watch her doing yoga exercises. Her eyes remain closed, her face gradually starts to relax. The truck behind you pulls out of the rest area. The place has a calming effect on you too. Some summer nights, you come here to take a nap. The young woman is stretching now. The headlights cast soft shadows among the dark foliage. This feels a little weird that I'm just like staring at her while she does this, even if it was my idea, but whatever. In the winter, you smoke a cigarette or two, waiting for potential clients to land. The young woman gets back in the cab. She says nothing. There's no need. You sense she's recovered her calm and is ready to face the rest of her journey. You drive away, leaving behind the clearing, the rest area, the gas station. The young woman is sleeping. Doesn't look like she is to me. The road keeps passing by, and before long, you're approaching the airport. A moment later, you turn down the radio, the song fades. I'll pull up over here. It'll be easy for you to get out of the cab. You get to the airport drop-off zone, a couple of colleagues greet you with a wave. A few bleak-looking passengers are struggling with huge suitcases in the car trunks. The security guard sitting on a luggage cart smokes a cigarette, clearly exhausted. Your passenger pays the fare, collects her things, but doesn't leave the cab. Thank you for getting me out of that horrible phone call. I love my parents, but they're suffocating. My mother is convinced she is responsible for having cursed me with photojournalism. So, thank you. I have to go now. I have the feeling my parents are going to call again. Might as well go in where it's warm, and I'm not a disturbance. Take good care of yourself. I will. Promise. She gets out of the cab with all her gear. Your eyes follow her as she heads to the terminal. The airport doors close behind her. You sit there for a minute or two, all by yourself. There's no one around. May as well head out as soon as possible. Oh wow, she gave me a big-ass tip. Thanks, girl. I wonder if that's based off of how well you do, or not. Oh, we can finally go home. I feel like I want to do possibly one more shift, though. Let's pick this guy up. With the cool hair and the sunglasses. On the edge of town. Peter DJ Watson Colveo, Porte de Versailles. Wow, that is a long drive. Alright. The door opens and your passenger collapses into the back seat. His eyes are hidden behind a pair of large, dark glasses. His clothes reek of sweat and booze. A clubber. He mumbles his destination and you start driving. A few words are exchanged, the weather, the taxis, traffic. Then you can tell it's coming, the inevitable conversation about the killer. Oh, is this going to be a common thing? Submits of information, rumors, things overheard. You make a mental note of what you've heard, who knows, might come in handy. Your mind wanders. Your eyes vaguely scan the store windows. The sodium light coming off the street lamps feels like it's dripping into your brain. You're falling asleep. You need a bit of music to keep you awake. Ask your passenger. You glance at your passenger. You mind if I put a little music on? He waves his hand as if to say, who cares? Turn the radio on, pressing on the dial to find a station you like. 80s rock ballad. Too soft. Behind you, your passenger is snoring. Barely. But you can hear him. Atonal classical music. Sounds like the orchestra is badly tuned. Right, not tonight. Two journalists discussing news evidence in the investigation into the judge's murders. The information they share, salon talk, nothing more, seems important nonetheless. An ad interrupts the torrent of words and you change the station. Classical music again, the flute grates on your ears. Electronic, you like the rhythm, but just aren't in the mood. Stop. You lift your hand from the dial, the music plays on. Not bad. Turn it up so I can hear better. Say nothing. He leans forward. Not bad at all. You hear the touch of an accent. Probably an American, but someone who's lived most of his life in France. Leave it on until they say the musician's name. Music continues. There's something turning in the background, a persistent melody that gets higher and higher. Your client mumbles. I bet. The song is coming to an end, and the announcer, in a piercing foghorn voice, throws out the name of a DJ you've never heard of. DJ Blunt. I knew it. He famous? Yeah, quite, actually. I taught that dude everything he knows. Everything. In '94, at a party at the Rex Club, there was this kid who started buying me rounds. He waves his hand around. A kid, no older than 17. I thought he was hitting on me. Chuckles. He would have been disappointed. He shakes his head. No, he wanted me to teach him how to spin. I told him, no, but you can watch. And that's exactly what he did every week, until we moved to Osiris. He sold X to pay his way in. Briefly snickers. And now he's on the radio. Silence fills the cab, weighted silence. You can tell your passenger's mind is spinning. I hate to break this up, but it also looks like we're not moving on the map. Did we stop? You know what he did this summer? I know what you did last summer. He was the opener for the soccer championship at Stade de France, which was huge. Wonder what people think if they knew he was selling drugs at 17. He lowers his voice a bit. If they only knew. Your passenger clams up. Let's keep an eye on the road. You notice a woman crossing the street at the crosswalk. She speeds up as she walks by two men talking loudly. We ran into each other in Ibiza 4 or 5 years ago. You almost jump at the sound of his voice. I was spinning in this little club, yeah, really little, but it was something. He totally ignored me, of course. Even with those dark glasses, you can see how angry he is. DJ motherfucking cunt. Somebody's a little envious. He suddenly starts waving his arms around. He rummages through his pockets as he says, your radio. Can it take a flash drive? You glance at your radio. You don't really know what he's talking about. I don't know. No worries. He lays his phone in the space between the two front seats. Listen to this. It's what I played tonight. It's mine. He sets his phone to play. But you know, people were barely dancing. A drum machine playing a hard-edged beat in the background. They were talking, taking each other's picture. 4 notes start to dance in the cab. They barely touch, never kiss anymore. Perfect dance beat becomes progressively audible. All that, the purely electronic crescendo plays, is over. There's a break in the music. Synthesized strings calm the song down without slowing it down. At least, the song is getting intense again, explodes as your passenger drifts off. I got people dancing. The song keeps going for another minute, then stops. Your passenger doesn't budge. You drive to the rhythm of his snoring. Sound fills the cab. Ideas are bouncing through your head, like they do every time you find yourself alone. This guy in the back seat is too old to be young. You look at your own hands. They look like they're suddenly aging in time lapse. You close your eyes a second. Only a second. When you open them, you've reached your destination and have pulled over to the sidewalk. Tap your passenger's knee and he wakes with a start. Shit. Yeah? We're here, sir. Ah, yes, great. He rummages through his pockets and hands you a few rumpled bills for fare. Thanks. Hope you like it. Liked it. Silence. Music, I mean my music. The song I played you. I should have been in the spotlight, you see? 15 minutes of fame. Just a minute of... He stifles a burp. You hear him mumble as he leaves the taxi. Those whiskey and oranginos really screw with my system. You see him stagger towards his building. It takes him several tries to get the door open. He finally disappears inside. You heave a long sigh. Okay, come on. Yeah, that's a pretty good amount of money, though. Yeah, that guy definitely seems like he's, like, envious of the newer generation and feels like he should be in the spotlight and stuff, but hey, man. You now know more about your clients. Just to check the Passadex menu for more details? Things didn't go so well at first with Ludovine, but they ended up okay. You have met Hervé. Hervé helped you with your investigation. You have met Sonny. Sonny thinks you're a swell guy. Yeah, Sonny's a good guy too. Apparently I lost money. You now know more Leone? I met Santa! And what a grand meeting it was. Santa talked about your brother. Santa talked about a lot of weird shit. You did not find Santa's sleigh. Aw. Poor Santa. Met Annabelle. Kinda wanna see these just to kinda get a review. Annabelle didn't appreciate your icebreaker. Oh no, I'm getting graded on how well I am at talking people. This is awful. You helped Annabelle keep it together. And Annabelle did yoga. I'm curious to see how I did on that last character. This guy. You have met Peter. You fell asleep. That's probably not good. Oh no, I fell asleep through his music. Oh, that's probably not good. At the foot of your front door, just behind a drain pipe, you notice an envelope. It's thick and heavy. You can just make out your name, written in thick black marker on the front. Your real name. You take a deep breath and go inside. In the envelope, you find more information, just as Bussett promised. You lay them on the table. You look at the new evidence on the table. It'll take you a while to read everything carefully. You're suddenly overcome with the desire to sleep. You close your eyes, press your fingers to your eyelids, and let out a yawn. You take off your shoes before getting to work. Alright, here we are back with this. Picture of crime scene 4. Okay, we got a new clue. New investigation location. Okay. Not enough time. Oh! I didn't realize that there was actually a... Okay, so we do have to manage our resources a bit. Well, let's look at the board. Message on crime scene 3. Time is up. Source a cop. Message on crime scene 3 linked to the process? What does that mean? Victim 2 was a fierce politician. Killer fought with victim 1. Spent bullet casing. Okay, we have a lot of stuff here. Victim 3 known to have tortured prisoners. Medical examiner in Paris, escaped from Argentina when she was young, lost her parents to the Argentinian junta. The process. Okay, so that's why those are linked to her. Okay, I see. I get it. You're not linked to anything. I kind of like to just put the ones that aren't linked to anything down at the bottom. I don't know, that makes sense to me. Victim 1, molester, never arrested. Justice, killed an Algerian man, never arrested. Killer was wearing black gloves. Okay, that's apparently linked to all of them. Why, though? Message on crime scene 2, you deserve this. Homeless man, briefly worked for Charles Bougrain. Got health issues after Rick Toden health scandal. A couple of arrests for breaking and entering. Okay, so he... Okay, there's the one about height. Why does that one say... different? Huh. Weird. Okay, and apparently he wears black gloves. Alright. Still not super sure of what I'm doing yet, but hey. Let's go ahead and end the night, I suppose. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. Slowly open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed, your body aches, and you are in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. Glance at your investigation board, you hope to find more information tonight even, as soon as you wake up. Shake your head and your mind wanders, and suddenly you're asleep. Alright, do believe that is the start of day 3, so I think this is a good place to go ahead and end off. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time.